Welcome, I'm Dave Boike from Retirement Resources and my son DJ Boike. We want to just share some ideas with you today. We've been getting some calls from prospective clients as well as even a few clients and as far as structuring their retirement income. And we just kind of wanted to run some basics by you, make sure that you're all on the same page with us. One of the problems that we've seen over the years, and again, I've been doing this 30 plus years and DJ now close to 20 years, so we got over 50 years of combined experience between us, working with people, helping them plan for and enjoy a financially successful retirement. And one of the big parts of a financially successful retirement, quite frankly, is income. People don't live off their assets, so to speak. They don't make decisions based on what am I going to spend this month based on how much they have in their IRAs or 401ks or savings accounts. It's really more about the checks that are coming in. What's my pension if I have one, my Social Security if I'm at the age to qualify for that, and what supplemental income do I have coming in on a regular basis. And if at all possible, people love to live off just the earnings off of those accounts. Wouldn't you say that's right,
Absolutely.
DJ?
Yep.
They really don't want to dip in there, especially at an early age, and start depleting those accounts. So that really comes down to having a retirement income plan. And again, if your advisor has not sat down with you and went over this concept, it's extremely important. Right from the get-go, you need to decide what type of investor that you're going to be. Are you conservative, moderate, or aggressive? What level of risk you're willing to take? You need to allocate your money between short, mid, and long-term positions and know which of those buckets, if you will, make sense to draw from at what particular time. So what we've done a lot of work with our clients and shown them a variety of different options and structuring these types of plans. And DJ, with where interest rates are kind of going now, with the market kind of in a volatile position and interest rates spiking a little bit, maybe share some questions that you've gotten from clients and prospects.
Yeah, what Dad's referring to and what we've shared with you over the years is a concept that Dad and I call flexible income planning. Flexible income planning really to us is true diversification. A lot of times you hear different brokers or different investment people talk about you need to diversify your portfolio. You need to have money in bonds and money in stocks and money in a variety of different places. And the reality is what we've seen over the past couple weeks is whether you've had the money in stocks, whether you've had the money in bonds, whether you had the money in a variety of different things, even if you had money in cash over the past couple of months, the value of your accounts has dropped. So everything you diversified it across has lost value. So what good is diversification if everything loses value?
That's
so
right.
we talk about true diversification. True diversification is having some of your money in risk-based accounts, whether it be stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, things that can rise and lower over time. But then the other portion of that needs to be in something that's safe, something that's guaranteed. So that when you want to take income, you're not selling your accounts at a market downturn. When the market is low, we're actually able to take it from something else. So a lot of folks in that particular time will use things like CDs or fixed annuities or index annuities, or as a lot of you may have heard us talk about in the past, utilizing some form of an income annuity, something that generates a guaranteed level of income forever, no matter what the market does. So in the past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of our folks come in. I actually had a client come in last week that said to me, and it was almost like they repeated to me what I told to them a couple of years ago. And they said, DJ, for the past couple of years, we've been taking all of our income from our risk-based accounts. And the market's been good. We've just been creaming.
And we've been making money on top of it.
We've been making money
and growing.
Creaming it up right off the top
Yep.
and still having the same value. You said, now the market is down. Like we mentioned before, shouldn't we take and use the other account, the guaranteed account that we set up? And I said, well, yeah, absolutely right.
That's why we have it.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. And the reality of it is when the market was down, why don't we use the thing that is guaranteed and didn't lose value and then save our risk-based assets from having to be sold when the market is at its worst? So we just basically turned off the spigot to their risk-based accounts. and at the very same time turned on their spigot to their guaranteed accounts and replaced their income. But that person had to be willing, and they had to be on board with the flexible income strategy that we had. This couple happened to be, and they had a good portion of the money in guarantees and a good portion of the money in risk, and we were actually able to really execute this flexible income strategy at a time when they really needed it the most.
Yeah, I had a very similar appointment. Had a couple come in now in their early 70s. They became clients 9 years ago, DJ, and they had a little over $1 million to start with, and we allocated money in a short-term cash position, so in case they needed any supplemental income or emergency money for the first year or so, they had that. Then they chose to put a chunk of money into a deferred annuity, like you were talking about. And what was interesting about this fixed income, fixed index annuity, it had a guaranteed 7% rider where that income value would grow up by 7% per year. So basically that money doubled. Over almost a 10-year period, we put in $600,000, it's 1.2 plus. And what's nice about that, for the past 9 years, they've been drawing off their risk money because their risk money has been doing well. And now we're shifting over and starting drawing off of that guaranteed account. So in other words, we're not going to take money out of the risk accounts and sell at a loss when we have another side account that's been growing at 7% and the principal is guaranteed. So we just turn on that valve, as DJ was just saying, turn on that spigot and start drawing that money out and allow that market-based account just to kind of bounce through the next few months or however long we're in this volatility period and recuperate some of the losses inside that. So it works very, very well. Many of our clients have chosen to use this flexible income strategy, and we have some that just said rather than using a CD or some type of a guaranteed annuity, they'd prefer to have just a very conservative based risk account there. And of course, there's no guarantee there, but just by having money allocated between conservative, moderate, and growth type buckets, we can pick and choose which buckets we're drawing from. So we're having those kind of discussions now too.
Yeah, so for the folks that are listening to the video today, the majority of our clients have utilized this flexible income strategy. For those of you that have not utilized it, or maybe you're really considering maybe you need to do something different with this, or maybe want to talk a little bit more about how they can implement the flexible income strategy in their portfolio, we'd love to talk to you about that. Please give us a call. But you also may know somebody that has not had a flexible income strategy introduced to them in the past. Now is a really good time to have that person come in and talk with. Maybe it's somebody that you know, a friend, a loved one, that maybe really could utilize this strategy in their life. We'd love to talk to them as well and see if we can't be a help to them.
That's a great point, DJ. A recent survey that I was looking at said the number one concern that people have is not having enough retirement income. In other words, outliving their income. They work 30, 40 years to get to that point. They save up this money and they get out in retirement, and they anticipate having a financially safe and secure retirement, having all the income that they need to travel, to golf, to do whatever their hobbies are, spend time with their family and such. And their concern is, am I going to have enough steady income? So if the average person had a choice and could double their Social Security benefits somehow, in other words, instead of getting $2,000 a month, they could get $4,000 a month just by signing this form. They'd do it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Well, you can do that with a portion of your assets. You can set up a supplemental guaranteed retirement income plan. And so if you have family members or friends, and the survey says that there's a tremendous anxiety over this particular issue, man, do them a favor. Drop our name to them, give them our email, have them go to our website, or you may just call and say, hey Dave, would you mind giving my brother or my neighbor a call? We're getting a lot of those kind of inquiries right now because people are scared. There's a high level of anxiety, and we want to help them. So if you can help connect us to those people, we would really appreciate it, and I bet they would too.